Welcome to ESB Outspoken with Angela and Richard Shelp. Over the next few weeks, we're going to give you some tips and insights into the changes we've seen during the pandemic and what we're seeing now as the trends in our industry. And I thought we'd start out talking about pricing because that's a big thing that we've seen change over the last 2 years, go up and down, and I want you to kind of understand where we are now. So Richard, do you want to get started on that?
Yeah, I'm truly excited to talk about pricing. It really, in our industry, pricing defines pretty much anything and everything. It defines what speakers you can actually go after, who you can have at your event, et cetera. And so pricing is huge. Anyway, what's going on in the pandemic that's unique, first of all, is that there was an impression because of the disaster that we were going through. Many people believed that meant the prices for the speakers were going to come way down.
And stay down.
And stay down. And that is not what happened.
Not at all.
So first of all, virtual pricing has always been less than in-person pricing, but virtual pricing has started to rise as we have come over the last period of time to where with many speakers, virtual pricing is at least 75% of their in-person pricing, and sometimes it's 100% of the in-person pricing.
I think you saw that dip at the beginning because people were just starting out doing their virtual events, and so they had to kind of learn what they were doing and test it out. And now that they've got it perfected and they've built their studios and they understand that it really takes just as much time to prepare for a virtual as it does for an in-person, that's when we've seen the prices climb back up.
Well, also, they weren't as good
right.
at doing virtual. So you should charge less when the value of your presentation is going to be less. But virtual presentations, much easier for people to watch now.
And they've gotten much better. The quality is much better.
Absolutely. Not just in their ability to present, but the camera quality, the backgrounds, all the things much better. So, but when you're looking at the pricing and you're really digging into the pricing that's going on here, as I mentioned, one of the things that people thought is, oh, this person that we couldn't afford before, now we're going to be able to afford them because we're going through the pandemic. That didn't happen. Yeah. And in fact, it's gone in an opposite direction. We have seen that not only have the in-person fees not gone down, but they've gone up for many of the speakers. The virtual fees as a percentage of the in-person fees are higher and higher.
Yes.
And that's significant. But then there's this huge gap that's going on between in-person celebrities and in-person regular business speakers. Now the difference in price between the two on the average is much greater than it used to be. So now maybe your average business speaker might be $15,000, $20,000 or whatever. The average celebrity speaker may be at $100,000, and it was much closer in the past.
It was much closer, but it is. I mean, that gap has really widened.
And because of that, it has changed how people need to evaluate the type of speakers that they want. But those are really the keys, in my opinion, in what's going on with pricing in our industry right now.
I think so too. And I think because of the demand, you have so many clients are doing in-person events now, and then you still have the build-up from carryover. And so the calendars are so full for speakers, it's just continuing to drive their prices up. So I think we'll continue to see them rise as speakers have that demand. And I don't think we'll see them come down.
No, I don't think we'll see them come down. And really what it comes down to is if you're a good speaker, the type of speaker that you as an event planner want to book, those prices are going to keep going up and you're not going to see them come down. And I love to use this comparison. Are you paying the same amount for a new car today that you did 10 years ago? Are you paying for the same for a carton of milk as you did 10 years ago? The answer to those questions, if you hadn't been out there lately shopping for these things, is no, you can't pay the same amount. So by the same token, you can't pay the same amount for a speaker. Right. If it's good, it's going to keep going up.
That's right. But The good news is the speakers, the talent just continues to improve, and speakers are getting better all the time. So you're definitely getting your money's worth when you pay for a good speaker.
There is no doubt. And they're getting widely skilled at not only being able to be in person on stage, but being outstanding in a virtual environment as a speaker or as a person being interviewed in a moderated Q&A.
That's right.
So that's really the key. And that's how I see the pricing right now, the pricing trends during the pandemic.
Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.